China, like a soaring giant dragon in a flourishing age, develops at a tremendous pace and creates development at the speed of light. Telecommunication and electricity as key industries are of vital importance to the national economy. The rapid development of telecommunication and electricity has given powerful drive to later industrialization of society and the rising of the city. From the annals of Wu and Yue to Gusu, where we surpass our dreams, the alternation of ancient times and modern times happens in the wink of an eye, while reality and dreams are close. The Hengtong Group achieves its historic spanning from small to large and from large to strong, and encompasses many perfect, touching and splendid movements in the Yangtze River Delta, where modern bustling manufacturing is gathered. Today's Hengtong has developed into a large enterprise group which gives priority to cable researching and manufacturing, and also includes telecommunication, electricity, thermal power, estates, and financial investment. The Hengtong Group has 24 companies, and 2 of these listed in the domestic and overseas stock markets. With the Yangtze River Delta as its business center, it expands nationally to Wujiang, Changshu, Zhangjiagang, Wuxi, Nantong, and even in Shanghai, Beijing, Shenyang, Chengdu, and Guangdong. As a well-known trademark of China, Hengtong is one of China's 500 most valuable brands, and it is a famous brand in its industry. Hengtong ranked in China's top 500 companies, China's top 500 manufacturing companies, China's top 50 communication enterprises, and also in the National 100 top electronic information enterprises. The Hengtong Group is among 100 key enterprises of Jiangsu Province as a landmark in Suzhou, which has attracted attention from many local leaders. Since 2004, Mr. Cui Gengliang, CEO of Hengtong, has attended APEC several times along with President Hu Jintao. With the advance of a national economic strategy, the Hengtong Group pays attention to quality and being cable giants. Also, Hengtong invests $2.8 billion to technological upgrades. Right now, 2 industry precincts of Hengtong with advanced technology and global competitiveness is on the rise. With tradition and innovation, the Hengtong Group managing style started with braveness, managed with strictness, and developed with honesty. These are persistent strengths of Hengtong. Hengtong makes a complete effort to build a global mainstream supplier of cable and is transforming its role to system scheme providers. From optical fiber preform, optical fiber, optical cable, and special optical cable, optical devices, the Hengtong Group has built up a complete industrialized chain, optical communication, optical fiber preform. Hengtong breaks through the overseas block and develops the world's finest optical fiber preform technique. Now, Hengtong is cooperating with large international producers to build first-class research and production bases. Optical fiber. The Hengtong Group has achieved a breakthrough in the research of drawing equipment and new optical fiber fields. Their optical fiber technology is an international standard. Optical cable and special optical cable. As a gold medal optical cable enterprise of China, Hengtong is always the leader in the field of optical communication. Optical devices. The Hengtong Group developed all kinds of fiber gyroscope and has filled the blank of domestic industrialization. Copper communication. The Hengtong copper cable scale of production and sales volume has ranked first for many years. With a strong industrial group and industrial system abilities, Hengtong stands as a leader in the cable industry. Power cable. From copper rod continuous casting and rolling and wire medium and low voltage, high pressure and composite submarine cable, the Hengtong Group has a complete industrial chain. This entire series of products applied in the electrical power system has more than 20 field and national key programs in the works. Hengtong has also taken the initiative in providing OPCC and OPGW. These new solutions have been successful in winning the compliments from many national leaders. By implementing the National System of Quality Products, Environmental Protection, Production Security, and Occupational Health, Hengtong's products have reliable and stable quality assurance. More than 70 series and 10,000 kinds of products make up the 4 parts of cable industry, and these meet 180 items standard, pass 15 product certifications including UL and THEOL certification, also pass quality authentications of 8 countries in Europe and America, including Germany and Norway, etc. As a national innovation pilot enterprise and an innovative demonstration enterprise in Jiangsu, Hengtong has 5 development platforms like postdoctoral workstations and state-level enterprise technical centers. Hengtong has undertaken more than 30 projects, i.e. National Torch Programs, Bond Finance Projects, NNSF projects, and the industrialization of achievement of new and high transformation projects. The Hengtong has more than 280 patented technologies and participated in the establishment of 15 national and industrial standards. The Hengtong Group is transforming strikingly from a manufacture-based company to an innovation-based company. As one of the 500 strongest information-based enterprises of China, the Hengtong Group has put the ERP system, OA Office System, 6S and 6 Sigma management into full operation. The constant improvement in the modern enterprise management style and operational system shows the inexhaustible innovation ability of that exists with Hengtong. According to the national policy and industrial layout, Hengtong enters the thermoelectric industry from a high starting point and expands new industrial space for the group's diversified development. Hengtong targets real estate businesses and has developed more than 1 million square meters of luxury apartments. The apartments of Wuyue series has also created a new era in the real estate of Jiangsu. Hengtong has invested in banking, securities, loan and guarantees. It is the first private enterprise which paid the largest financial amount in a lump and is a complex enterprise which integrates stock financing, bond financing, and bank financing. Today's Hengtong Group has formed a high-intensity magnetic field to attract talents. The group has set a think tank of development strategy led by 7 academicians of the Chinese Academy of Sciences and the Chinese Academy of Engineering, and attracted many experts. With close cooperation with several R&D labs, universities, operators, systematic equipment businesses, and the 500-strong enterprises of the world, the Hengtong Group shares large amounts of the markets and plays a vital role in the industry as a whole. Hengtong expands the international market and promotes international exchange and cooperation. It has also set up overseas representative offices in South America and East Europe, South Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. The overseas revenue is doubled year by year, and the international strategic objective is being achieved. Hengtong is always honored in the top 10 big taxpayers in the city of Wujiang. Hengtong also cares about the workers, commits to the work for disabled persons, contributes to the education, helps the poor, and supports earthquake relief and other welfare and charity. The Hengtong Group is striving to establish distinguished enterprise culture to create a perfect enterprise image with concern for employees, responsibility to customers, reliability to investors, admiration from competitors, and credibility to society. As times in development and society is progressing, Hengtong feels the strong responsibility to build up a world-famous brand and to become an international outstanding enterprise. This is the new development mission tasked by the industry and history. The Hengtong Group determines to create a century-old business and world-class enterprise. Furthermore, Hengtong will devote itself to the development of communication and power transmission industry, along with the development of society.